Hello, my little mathematicians. Today I'm going to help you get started on your comparing and ordering numbers homework. Okay, so if you take a look at page 16 in your textbook, we were assigned numbers 1 through 10. So right here, the first one says it wants you to graph these numbers on the number line. So if you were to graph at -9, you draw a dot and then label it that that's A. You're going to draw a dot at 10 and label it point B. Okay, you're going to continue doing those other ones. And then which city was the coldest? Answer that. And then which city was the warmest? Answer that using this thing that you just graphed up here. Okay. And then notice right here how it says explore activity. That means if you flip back in your textbook to the explore activity that we did right here, the explore activity, this is similar to the problem right here that we were just assigned. And so you can use that to help you. Okay, and then this one says example 1, because if you flip back to example 1 that we did in the textbook, that one is similar to this problem and will help you answer these. Okay, example 2 is like this one that we did together, and so that way you'll know that you have to put a less than or greater than sign in each of those bubbles. For this particular homework assignment, there's not that much work to show. You basically are just putting the answer, and if you need help, look at those particular problems as examples. Right, now several things about the textbook. Normally we'll say the page it starts on, and we'll just say like page 16. Let's say we said numbers 1 through 23 all. Well, page 16 ends at problem 10. That doesn't mean you just do page 16. That means it starts on page 16, you're doing 1 through 23 all. So you would keep going on to the next page and do 11 through 15 here, and it keeps going. You keep going until you get to problem 23. Okay, or if it said 1 through 20 all, then you'd keep going until you got to problem 20. The first page that we say is just the page number that you start on, and then you do those problems. Okay, that's one thing about the textbook. You'll also notice that there's guided practice and then independent practice. Guided practice it's similar to examples that they did in the notes in previous pages. Okay, and so like they'll have, this is like the explore activity, this is like example 1, this is like example 2. And in the back of the book, they tend to have more answers of the guided practice, and then they have just odds for the independent practice. Okay, and when I say the back of the book, we want you to check your answers in the back of the book. And how you do that is if you look right here, it tells you it's section 1.2, right? So we're going to go to the back of the book, and you'll see that there is these colored pages of orange. Orange is the index. So if you were looking for like definitions of a certain thing, like if you didn't know what a solution was, this is all the pages where they define specific types of solutions. Okay, so the orange is the index where you can find what page definitions for things are on. The glossary is more in depth, like it actually gives you the definitions, okay, in both English and Spanish. And then the one that we actually want to use is this green tab section. This is where you check your answers. Notice that it only says selected answers because typically it's mainly just the odds, but sometimes they give you others as well. Now, if we were to check this homework assignment, it's 1.2. So it's unit 1, section 2. So right here, lesson 1.2. Your turn is the ones within the notes. And then guided practice is usually where you're going to start, and then it'll continue into independent practice. Okay, so when it asks you to check your answers in the back of the book, you find the heading. Okay, what lesson was it? And then skip the your turns because that's normally within the notes, unless sometimes we assign those. Okay, and then this is the guided practice. This is the independent practice. This is mainly what you're going to be assigned. And then only star or cross off the ones that were provided. Sometimes they give you all the answers for guided practice, but not even all of them sometimes. And then they usually only do odds for independent. All right, so you're going to use this to check your answers. And again, just star the ones that they give you. And then we'll show you all the answers when you come in class tomorrow. All right. Hopefully now you understand your textbook a little bit better. If you ever get confused of what page certain things are on, remember the very front of all books is the table of contents. Okay, so this is really helpful. It breaks down what units. So right here, Unit 1 is made up of mods 1, 2, and mod 3. And then Unit 2 is mod 4 and mod 5. Okay, and then it tells you the specific sections within each module and which page they start on. So at the very front of the book is your table of contents. If you ever want to get maybe a preview of what we're going to be covering next, or if you want, if say we didn't assign something out of the textbook and you want to use the textbook as extra practice, then look for the section that we're on and then see what page it's on. All right. Now you hopefully have a little bit understanding of how our math book works.